J Show. Joining us now, somebody who I have looked up to and envied my entire life. It is Mr. Robin Leach. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Big J. How are you doing today?
I am fantastic. It is so, I feel already more wealthy just speaking to you. For some reason, just hearing your voice makes me feel like I've done something successful and like I have a yacht out behind my studio now.
We'll shower you with gold, silver, and the private jet is on the way to pick you up for a royal week in Vegas.
I love it. Well, we've got a lot to talk about, but first, let's start off with what we're talking about specifically this morning. Celebrity wife swap. You have done it all. You've been around Hollywood. You've hung out with the celebrities. You've traveled with the rich and famous, and you've decided now it's time to swap wives with Eric Roberts.
Yes, and what a wife swap it is. It is the ultimate fish out of water scenario. My life, of course, is filled with glitz and glamour and over-the-top partying and dining and drinking in Las Vegas. Yes, I still have the tuxedo to jump in the jacuzzi with buckets of bubbly at my disposal. And they really are still living in their 1960 Woodstock hippie days. So when Eliza arrives here in Las Vegas, she doesn't have a pair of high-heeled shoes, so she has flip-flops, which that's not the way you come to Vegas, baby. And so we had to transform her because she doesn't believe in having her hair done or her makeup done or wearing gowns or pretty cocktail dresses. So we had to completely change her life so that she fitted in to Las Vegas. And my partner, Joni Severance, who's an actress who you might remember from the days on Wise Guy with Kevin Spacey, she has to go and live as Eric's new wife in the hills of Los Angeles. And because they're hippies, or still living in the hippie era, their house is open to all the animals that live in
the hills there?
In the outback around their home. So it's a house that's filled with cats and squirrels and other things, and because they're really not turned on by fine dining, they don't have a dining room, they don't have a dining table, they have one microwave in the room that's sort of like a kitchen office, and there they eat the same meal that they've eaten for 21 years, 7 days a week, frozen pizza and frozen broccoli.
What is wrong with these people, Robin? I mean, this seems horrible.
Oh, Big J, we must say that there's nothing wrong with them. It's just they've chosen a different life to the one that I have.
That is, well, certainly very...
People in Billings who don't go out 7 nights a week like I do.
No, we do. All of us here. Billings has a weird reputation of being pretty normal, but we're kind of like a mini Vegas. We drink a lot of bubbly and hot tubs happening up here.
Well, then I'm moving.
Yes, your next stop.
I'm coming to join you.
Come to Billings. Robin, you've had an amazing career. How did it all begin? I mean, now you're known as this, legendary figure. I mean, everybody knows your name, your voice, your career. What was the dream when you started this out, and how did it all come to be?
My dream was, from the age of 10, was just to write newspaper stories. I was fascinated by. You got to remember, I'm an old man, so this is way before 24-hour news cycle stations and internet with the news coming up on your Twitter account. These were the days when you relied on news in the newspaper that came through the mailbox first thing in the morning, and I always used to run down early and devour the morning paper, thinking that it was a total miracle. It was like a Siegfried and Roy illusion, that you had the news of yesterday was in your hands today. And so that was my fascination, and it was something at the age of 10 I decided I wanted to write for a living. And so all my life I've written. I don't care whether it's writing for radio, writing for television, writing for print, writing for the internet. I love telling stories. And when I discovered television, to me that was a new way to tell stories. And if you remember way back when, in 1979-80, I did the pilot and then stayed on board Entertainment Tonight for 3 years. I used to get frustrated that we had to talk with these celebrities about their work, their next movie, their dream to do Broadway. Because I was in their house, I wanted to show the house. I wanted to see, how they spent their money. And that's how Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous grew and came out of, I didn't want the work of rich and famous people. I wanted the lifestyle of rich and famous people.
I love
we
that.
ran it for 14 years, one of the most successfully syndicated shows ever on television. And when I thought we'd had enough of doing that, we went out on the top at my choice, and we started the Food Network. And the Food Network led me to working with a large number of the chefs, star chefs, and bringing them to Las Vegas, where we built a television studio to showcase their restaurants here. And Vegas now, for me, is the ultimate playground because we've got the 100 of the world's best chefs right here on the Strip with their restaurants. So you really don't have to go to Paris to get Joel Robuchon or Guy Savoy. You don't have to go to New Orleans to get Emeril Lagasse. You don't have to go to Hollywood to get Wolfgang Puck. They're all here.
It's right there.
Next week, Giada De Laurentiis opens her first ever restaurant. And where did she choose to do it? Right here in Las Vegas.
Vegas.
So, this is the city that has everything, as far as I'm concerned.
I love it. And what do you, you were talking about Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. You kind of were the original. So many shows are similar to that. Cribs, so many shows have come after that. And you were the first guy that really took a look into the life of celebrity without promoting projects and just kind of looking at how they live. Now reality TV is everywhere. What do you think of the current state of, like Kim Kardashian and all these reality stars now? Is this kind of a bastardization of what you started, or are you fine with it, or how do you feel about all this?
The man who started all this holds his hands and weeps. Reality television, which we started, we were the first reality show on television before anybody else. But we showed you a good side to life. We sugar-coated a work ethic that said, if you work hard, then go play hard. If you work hard, you can be rewarded with money, and what you do with the money is of great interest as to whether you do well in your community, do good in your community, and support charitable worthy causes, or you go spend the money on jet planes and huge yachts. So we had a very specific goal in that show, which was not to make people who were watching it green with envy. Today, reality television has sunk down to the level of, what I call rubbernecking, which is you watch reality television to see just how disgusting people can be. Mm-hmm. Seeing Kim Kardashian shave the private parts of her legs, to me, is not reality television, and neither do I want to watch it. So it's sad what it's become, but, it's always the story of the one bad apple in the barrel rots the 19 good ones, and the story of the 19 good ones never make the bad one whole.
That's so true. So filled with knowledge and truly a legend in my book. Robin Leach, such an honor to talk to you. A Celebrity Wife Swap featuring Robin and the hippie Eric Roberts and his wife. Check it out. It airs Tuesday, tomorrow at 9 o'clock on ABC. And next time I'm in Vegas, Robin, I'm looking you up, and you're going to show me a good time, all right?
We'll roll out the royal red carpet for you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Leach. It's been a pleasure, and best of luck with everything, sir. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
The Big J Show. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on Billings' #1 hit music station, Hot 101.9.